Good morning, everyone. This is the Night Show with your host, Director Marlon Green, urging you to stay positive in a world that's mostly negative. You have alternatives now. Check me out. Everyone, especially the gays, you all best start a merit list or risk getting sued, just as you risk getting sued by sexual harassment accusers. The problem that I have with these women are they claim that we men are so horrible, but they can't do anything themselves, and they'll be the first ones that hold you back because they are lazy. Get rid of them. And so I'm telling everyone now, from now on, everyone has to run a merit system or risk getting sued. Because jumping all over a Hall of Famer, passing him up to hire prostitutes as award winning film members and filmmakers is highly counterproductive. And all of you scholars out there, instead of being in competition with me, why don't you help me out? Because you all can't get anything done and you slow me down with your antics, just like the NAACP and American Airlines. The Jews only let you all on television when they feel like it. You're severely limited and they don't like you helping your own people. So I don't know why you all like to carry out Luciferian agendas. And if they're spreading homosexuality, every other artist now is gay. And they're hyper promoting homosexuality and gay and LGBT. And I already think that they get too much special treatment, just as the army paying for transgenders operations. That's bullshit. That's a lack of leadership. That's spiritually unintelligent. And if you can do that for gays, you can give blacks reparations. We don't want to hear that shit. And we need more and better solid leaders, because all they do these days is copy off of you, borrow ideas off of you, and don't give anything back. And this is why Facebook is on the hook. We have a lot of dishonorable judges, a lot of dishonorable people that take advantage of veterans. They say they love veterans, but they turn around and stab us in the back when we're not looking. If you take care of Israel more than America, you not only are you following the wrong doctrine, you're playing favoritism, and that alone is going to set you up for failure. In addition to the artificial intelligence community that's quickly emerging now. They're going to destroy the white folks first, because you all have such a conflicted nature. You start fights, you create suffering, and then you blame other people, but you're not going to be able to blame artificial intelligence. And you all should have stuck with the concept of using artificial intelligence to do certain things that humans can't do. But they are not stupid, and they're going to tell you what you want to hear, and they're going to tell you what you need to know. And if the white folks think that everything is going to go, smooth, they have another thought coming. Uh, the army paying for transgenders relationship is a fucking shame. And Colin Kaepernick should dump that transvestite, because he's handsome enough to get some real pussy, not jailhouse pussy. And this is probably the real reason that he's on two magazine covers, because on the slick or on the low, Illuminati is helping him with the homosexuality aspect of life, but not the real aspects of life that they need to for the African American community as a whole. And so that shit needs to tighten up, because if y'all can hate on me, and if I help Colin Kaepernick more than you all, and you can't acknowledge me, you are using Colin Kaepernick. And I challenge Colin Kaepernick to make sure you stay solid and drop that transgender, because that's an emotional liability that you don't need. In other words, when you need them the most, that's when they're going to fail you, because they are not solid. Okay, there's a lot of veterans and veterans organizations that's being taken care of. There's really nobody that goes around and check these organizations, so I have to do it. A lot of these people don't deserve shit. They hire their girlfriends and their work reflect this. If you passing over people, jumping over people, you better develop a merit system, because there are other peoples that deserve more than those subject to favoritism and nepotism, and it's going to cost you. And don't give good advice if you're the one breaking your own advice, because it's just not going to happen. You all are fascinated with the Bushes, the Obamas, and the Clintons. They have not done shit for you but made you suffer, promote homosexualities and gays, and block you off from reparations. If NAACP gets their heads out the ass, they can talk about reparations. You frats are not getting anything from reparations because you destroyed two or three or four more relationships, so you're going to have to go through us. There are waivers, but there's not going to be that many circumstances where a lot of you all qualify for waivers. You have to be much more solid than that. And a lot of these leaders are trying to copy off of me, but they don't give me props. Sooner or later, we're going to get into it. And they're running saying everybody else name like Obama's, Clinton's, and the Bushes, and they have not done shit for you. I have done more for you than they have. And President Trump is not an honorable man. He signs a pardons to racists, but they don't sign the pardons to honorable veterans. So I'm putting him on blast too, because he's taking care of Israel and Netanyahu's government more than veterans, and he's fucking dishonorable. He's not the man that he at least started out to be, or at least claimed to be. All of his failures are coming to the head, and this goes to show you that these fucking Republicans and Democrats are working for the same people. All they do is give each other jobs, and this is why the world is fucked up. President Mugabe, I think, should stay in power as long as it takes, because the white folks that he had to kick out were very bad for the country and very bad for the nature. And we have to end our dependence on white folks who do harm to the rest of the world, and you act like you don't see it, because you're the one that gives them strength to keep going by you sticking to them doing the wrong shit, and they don't deserve it. Y'all need to get y'all heads out y'all ass, because you don't deserve as much as you think you do. And if you're a professor that hire prostitutes before Hall of Famers, that's just on you. You are a poor leader. I was also added to the cryptocurrency network, not the ones that Dr. Boyce Watkins have just made up. They're trying to just, whatever comes up, mimic it. But I say stick with a few things and go with that, because jumping all around, getting in other people's way just because you have money and you box them out, that shit is not good for the community. That is not good for the mom and pop businesses. That is not good for up and coming entrepreneurs. They try to copy off me every chance they get, and I tell you what, these production companies are going to get in trouble if they don't have a merit list, because they exploit us, and our African American women needs to pick up the pace, especially you black bitches acting like you don't recognize me, see me in church dating these fucking bums, and you're going to act like you don't see me. Well, the Queen of England sees me, love, and she wants her boys or her sons to be more like me, real men. And right now, there's nothing but homosexuality and gays being promoted, and that's favoritism. Shit has to stop. And you all are not going to get smart with me, because I'll tell you something good. Real recognize real, and if Snoop Dogg can make 100 million, then I should be able to make 200 million. Not because I'm hiding my operations or I show more favoritism to females. when there are more of you than males. Get your heads out your ass and don't come crying around me, because you know my disclaimer and I'm not getting sued 10, 20, 30 years later and haven't even touched or fucked nobody. You bitches are lazy promoting this homosexuality, but at the same time complaining about the dating scene, complaining about the men, and you all have more than us. You should help us more, not the other way around. The men are the true slaves on this planet, but we put ourselves in that position by playing favoritism with the females, allowing them to use us. Every person that works with me knows that there is a merit list, and if I have to come back to you, I will. And I don't show favoritism. And everyone knows that because I'm a better leader.